still be making a speech at the Democratic convention?
I'm speaking.
Do you write your own speech?
We work on it together.
Is it all done now?
It's close.
Close.
Yeah.
Do you practice it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I do.
Is it 50% committed, 80%? Where do you have it in your head now?
You know, I'm still taking it in. You know, so over the next couple of days, I'll just sort of get the words and understand.
Right.
You know, it's feeling what I'm saying, not just learning the words.
Sure.
So I've got to,
Now you're no stranger to this. You've done it now, and done it and done it. Do you open with a joke? Do you try to do that?
The convention is one of those things. Where,
because if you decide on a joke, I'll be happy to email you some.
Okay, all right, that's good to know.
I'll be happy to send you down some stuff.
Good to know.
You know what? How are we doing with I saw where the veterans of Iraq, Afghanistan, their unemployment rates seem to be almost equal to the national unemployment rate. So they're improving. Am I right about that?
It's been a 20% decrease in the unemployment rate within a year.
Yeah, that's remarkable.
Yeah. But as you know, Dave, we have a lot more work to do. I mean, we should not live in a country where we have unemployed veterans, given what they do for this country. But through joining forces, we've seen some phenomenal commitments, and people have surpassed their goals. We had targeted to see 100,000 veterans, military spouses hired by 2013. We met that goal a few weeks ago.
That's amazing. That's tremendous. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's a testament to, it's really a statement of the commitment of this entire country. I mean, because the truth is that I believe that there are people out there that want to do the right thing by our veterans. And it's just about employers understanding, how do you interpret a military resume? You know, people who have spent an entire career in
that's right.
Resume, how do you translate?
Beyond that, there is the obstacle. It might frighten potential employers. They might think, well, we don't know exactly post-traumatic stress and all.
Yeah, but it absolutely shouldn't, because the important thing to remember is that 80–90% of veterans do not have post-traumatic stress disorder. We also need to get a better understanding of what that challenge is. And not stigmatize it. But these 2,000 companies are going to be leaders in understanding that these veterans and their spouses are some of the best that this country has to offer. You know, these are people who are operating high-tech equipment. They're going on dangerous missions. They're young. They're leaders.
Sophisticated training is now available to you.
Exactly.
Now, am I right about this?
Yes.
Because, like during the Second World War, it was a draft, and people would also volunteer. But if you were drafted into the Armed Forces in the Second War, you might have been drafted out of a job that would be held for you until you came back. With the volunteer Army, maybe you volunteered because you're between jobs or don't have a job. Is that fundamentally part of or the problem here?
Well, you know, I don't think that's necessarily it. I mean, you do have a large number of reservists that are fighting in this war, which is a challenge. And reservists are people who are, you know, working in communities. They're EMT, they're nurses, they're students, they're mechanics, and, you know, they're enlisted for a period, but they're not, you know, on a base. They're not in combat mode full time, but they are being called up and deployed multiple times, and they're not living in base communities. So this is a new kind of experience, the war that is being fought with so many reservists, and we're still figuring out how to adjust to providing these individuals and their families with the kind of support they need.
That's fantastic. Now, did we talk about kids getting enough exercise? Are they getting enough exercise?
You know,
so
they
you're
can
improving
always
their
get
diets
more.
in school. What do you think a kid needs for exercise?
You know, the studies show that a kid should be getting 60 minutes of exercise a day, and most kids aren't getting that.
Now, do your girls play with video games and Pong and stuff?
They're not as big with the video game stuff.
Pong.
But
Do
like,
they still play Pong?
Yeah, that's old. That's old days. Pong was you and me. That was that bloop, bloop, bloop. No, it's a little more sophisticated.
I'm still playing Pong.
But it's okay. I was going to let you go with that one.
But now, there was a study that this can't, two schools of thought. Either it's not a problem or it is a problem. Do you think it is a problem?
physical or
kids spending too much time video games.
Yeah, I do. Because, you know, like you said, when we were growing up, one of the reasons why we were outside all day was because you had like 7 channels, period. Right? And Saturday, you had, you know, that 3 hours of kid TV, and then that was it.
That's right. You were done.
And it was a wild world of sports, and something else you didn't want to see, right? Sitting with your grandfather, rocking in the chair. You were going to get out. But now kids have TV 24 hours, 360 days. I mean, it's nonstop, and TV is a mesmerizing thing.
Yeah.
So that's a different challenge that parents are facing. So I think we have to be more proactive about finding ways to get them up and out.
I agree completely, and I've heard both sides of this, that it may not be anything to worry about. On the other hand, it closes the world of outdoors to kids growing up.
Well, you've got, you know, kids, and you'll talk to some of our generals in the military, and you'll find that kids are coming there because they haven't had PE, they, you know, aren't used to strenuous physical activity. Basic training is more of a challenge. They're seeing higher numbers of stress fractures because you can't just put a 30-pound backpack on a kid that doesn't exercise regularly and send them out for a walk. So it's increasing the time for basic training, just as an example of the changes that they're seeing just in the last 10 years.
How's the dog? Is it Bo? Is that
Bo's good.
Now,
Bo's
when you
good.
and the president and the family travel, have you ever thought about strapping Bo on the roof of the car?
Only the best for Bo. Bo's used to riding on Air Force One.
Yeah.
A little different.
Now, I'm told that there's your husband and his people, his staff, were nice enough to put together an anniversary greeting.
Yes,
is that true?
Yes, you were celebrating an
our
anniversary.
19th year here at CBS.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Oh, that's great. I hope you can join us. Is it a videotape?
The president, yes, he sent a videotape if somebody can show
The
it.
president, the most powerful man in the world.
He took the time.
Take a look. This is pretty exciting.
Hello, Dave. Congratulations on reaching this spectacular milestone. You have made
Every American
so proud, and most of all, you have
a backbone like a ramrod.
God bless America.
Honestly, well, I don't know what to say.
And Joe participated too.
Always good to see Joe. Listen, we think the world of you. All our best to you and your family and your husband. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Dave.
This is Obama, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with the cabinet.